Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Success Life Live. My name is Reid. It is 8 a.m. It is a weekday morning, so it must be time for another edition of Success Life Live. I so appreciate you taking time out of your morning to jump in, join me, be a part of this Success Life Live. Tomorrow is Fun Friend Friday. Good morning, Steve. Good to have you here. So excited. And we've got some big author talks coming up. Want to kind of do a quick recap while we take a moment and let everybody jump in the room. Buenos dias, Damien. Good morning, Al. So we have had an author talk so far. So this is my completed reading for December and January. I guess it's December and January. It might be a little bit of November. So we had The Art of Imperfect Action by Allison Little. Phenomenal book. She was a fun friend, or she was an author talk guest. And then we had Your Life Matters. How to get out of the life you don't want and the life you do want with Larry. That was a great book. Lots of can't forget Eric Hayes, Let Me Sell You Something. And then upcoming this next Wednesday, we have Lead Like a Superhero. I am so gonna love this because I am all things Marvel Comics. And what Sebastian Richards did, was take superheroes, identify their leadership styles, strengths, and talents, and then taught it as a lesson. Like if you want to be like Superman or Batman or whoever, it's in here. This was like a top 10 for me. This one, Michael LeBlanc. Amazing book. Manifesting a Better God with You, Better Life with God. Amazing book. I actually went through and read this one twice because there was just so much meat on it. And then Cheryl Burton's will be coming up probably the 1st of February, I think it is Self-Leadership. And then after that will be Barbara, and hers is Bold, a permission to be bold. A guide to loving yourself and living fully. So these are the upcoming author talks or completed author talks for January and February. And then we've got Fun Friend Friday guests. Yeah, I'm having to move things around. Sorry. We have Fun Friend Friday guests. Amazing Fun Friend Friday guests. Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Bonnie. So we've got Scott Beeman, Tom Watson, Gloria Burgess, Bob Kittredge, Randy Wheeler, Marie Cochran, Gina Watts, just to sort of round out the end of January and the 1st of February. Amazing. I tell you, Success Life Live, January and February, you need to be following, you need to be tuning in, you need to be keeping track. So go ahead. Hey, Food Morning all. So take a moment and hit the follow button above on Facebook. If you want to get a copy or get some more information on either the books or the people, if you now go to ericgreed.com/Success Life Live, there is a list and dates of everybody that's going to be appearing. Good morning, Bonnie. Everybody that'll be appearing on either Fun Friend Friday or Author Talk. If they're an author, there's a link to their book in case you want to go ahead and buy it beforehand, so that when we're having the author talk, you can sort of have the book in hand. But there's a couple more people that are coming in. I am so excited about this guest list because, Scott and I on Friday are going to be talking about how did we do this thing called dad, spouse, leader, faith, right? We had a really honest conversation. I think it was back in September, October, Scott and I did, about the struggle of being dad, about the struggle about being spouse, about the struggle of being a man of faith, and all of these struggles that we as men sometimes don't openly share, don't openly discuss with a spouse or other men because it's not manly. It's not manly to have problems. It's not manly to struggle. And so what I really appreciated about Scott that day was that he was willing to talk about his frustrations and his shortcomings in being a spouse and being a leader and in being a husband, a father, and how his faith sometimes lifts him up and how sometimes he struggles with his faith and all those overlapping things. And I tell you, he's a phenomenal person. So do get on this Fun Friend Friday. It's 8 o'clock, same place, same channel, same everything. Make sure you hit the follow button or subscribe button or notice me or whatever it is button that happens so you don't miss that. And then the next Fun Friend Friday is Thomas Watson. And we're going to talk about leading an everyday warrior. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in there that I'm already working on. So Success Life Live, it's just exploding. We got Fun Friend Friday, we got Author Talk, we got the podcast, we got the daily Facebook Lives. My goal with Success Life Live is really to just pour as much content as I can onto you, to provide you as many resources and links to people in influence and change makers so that you can begin to build your life of success, so you can begin to transform your life and the lives of people around you and the lives of the people you lead. So if there's something I'm missing, something more we need, shoot me a message. I'll get it incorporated. I'll figure out a way of making it happen. Pat, you met her 3 or 4 Fun Friend Fridays ago. We're actually trying to figure out something else. So I don't know. We'll see what emerges. My word for the year is manifest. So I'm going to just see what manifests. So good morning, everybody. I'm so glad you're in the room. Thank you for joining me for Success Life Live. Good morning, Mr. Matthew. So proud of you. So proud of you, buddy. Let's dive into today's Success Life Live lesson. So as I was writing it, as you guys all know, got to get up and do the download. I sort of came up with this title and then the rest just flowed really fast. Are you living a misplaced life? And I thought about that how often it's sort of like, I'm sure you've had that experience where you'll be out and about in public or something and you'll see somebody and you'll be like, I know that person, but why can't I remember their name? Why can I not connect to them? It's like, and you're struggling, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, they're at church when I know them from work, or they're in non-uniform when I know them in uniform, or they're from this group of people, and all of a sudden they appear. It's almost like that person got picked up and moved to a place, and because you didn't know them in that space, you couldn't recognize them. I think sometimes at this time of year, in the beginning of the year, when it's January and everybody's talking about goals and vision boards and their magic word for 2019, and how much we want to participate in that, how much we want to call into that momentum, how much we want to be one of those goal setters, dreamers, builders, whatever, we feel misplaced. We feel like we're in a conversation that we don't quite fit into. And what I want to tell you is, it's okay. Guess what? You're not Cinderella. And at the stroke of midnight, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a vision board, if you don't have a magic word, if you haven't sit and written out 5 goals that you want to achieve, blah, blah, you're not going to turn back into a pumpkin or whatever the story is. Thank you. This is your life. This is your journey. Do not rush into appointments of having to set a goal, having to set a vision, having to set all this. If it doesn't fit who you are, if it isn't where you're at right now, breathe. It's okay. Because so often we feel like we have to go along with the flow. Like, you know what? Everybody's setting goals. Everybody's talking about New Year's resolutions. Everybody's got a word. Everybody's got a vision board. People are wearing bracelets. People got t-shirts. I don't fit, but I'm going to jump into that space. I'm going to say the things that other people are saying. I'm going to behave the way other people are behaving because I don't want to be misplaced. I don't want to be out of sync. I don't want to be out of rhythm. Really? Come on, people. We are bigger than that. We are better than that. We are designed for more than just copying and cloning of other people and other dreams. You have been given a divine order. You have been given a mission that you and only you can fulfill. And it's not going to happen when you're walking around copying somebody else, trying to go with the flow, trying to show up in a place that doesn't belong to you because you're afraid what other people are going to say. You know, as I was writing this, I was remembering, like, relax and breathe. There is no law that says I have to have my goals finished. There is no law that says I have to have my vision board posted. There is no law that says if I don't do everything just like I'm supposed to, I'm going to be kicked out of the human club. I don't care. I honestly don't care. If you're somebody that is sitting right now in your life and you're like, I don't have a goal. I really don't have a goal right now. I don't even have a vision board. I haven't even started cutting up magazines. I haven't picked a word. I don't even know what y'all people mean by having picked a word. Guess what? You're in the exact right spot that you need to be, because it's your spot. Now, I don't want you to get stuck there. I don't want you to wander aimlessly into the year. So how can we start to move into the pattern that we're not groove? I like that, Matthew. I like that. Matthew's clever this morning. We'll give him the clever points. So how do we start to move into getting in touch with us, getting in touch with our goal, getting in touch with our word, getting in touch with our vision? So I wrote down a couple things. One, remember what you used to love to do and just go do it. If you used to love to paint, but nobody allows you to do it because of time, just go do it. If you love to run, go do it. If you love to write, go do it. Whatever you used to love to do, schedule on your day timer between now and the end of the month, nobody knows I'm doing this day, and go do it. Hopefully it's legal, and hopefully it grows you. But by going and doing what you love, you're really loving yourself. You're really honoring yourself. You're really connecting to yourself. And so often the first step of having a goal, having a vision, having a dream is seeing ourselves again. And I often work and coach so many moms, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, dreampreneurs, that so much of the identity that women establish is connected to so many other people. They're a mom, they're a spouse, they're a caregiver, that they don't get to see themselves separate from all of these other people. And so when I ask them, what is it you want in your life? Oh, I want my kids to be happy. Oh, I want my house to be in harmony. And I'm like, no, what do you want for yourself? They can't find it because they haven't found themselves in so long. So the first thing is, just remember what you used to love to do and just put a little box on the calendar and go do it. Don't ask permission. Don't tell anybody. Don't plan it. Just sneak off and go do it. The other thing I had is go to a place, go someplace new for a day. What I find, this is something I love to do. My family knows very well I'm going on an adventure means pack a snack because it's going to be a long day. I love going someplace new because when I go someplace new, someplace I've never been, hey, Matthew, you're right. Find your playlist. Find the songs that inspire you because they speak to you and you alone. But when I go to someplace new, what I start to do is seek out the things that I enjoy most in that place. So what I mean by that is often we are in the routine. Take the kids to school, go to the gym, stop by the grocery store, pick up the dry. We run these little patterns and we don't see anything new in those patterns because we have a to-do list, a project list, a complete list. That when we go someplace new, we start to look at it and oh, I wonder if they have a sushi restaurant. Oh, I'd love to see if they have an old bookstore. Man, what would be really cool is to find an antique store and look for all of a sudden the things that we're exploring in this new place remind us of the thing that we love, the thing that we hunt out, the thing that we seek, the thing that excites us. And in doing that, again, we begin to connect with ourselves. And when we connect with ourselves, we can begin to connect with our dream. So get in the car and if you're in Atlanta, say, I'm heading to, Dahlonega, if you've never been there. And then get out of the car and just see where you're drawn to. See the things that catch your eye. See the questions you ask, the questions you ask people is there a bookstore in town? Is there an antique or vintage clothing store? Is there a small art gallery? And as you start to compile that list, you'll remember the things that you seek out in life. And then you'll begin to say, you know what? In 2019, I want to have more art in my life. I want to have more books. I want to have more adventures. I want to have more this. I want to have more that. So go to someplace new. Number 3 I had was do a brain dump. And what I mean by doing a brain dump is I'll often get out a journal or a stack of paper and I'll write a word or an idea or a sentence at the top. And I just keep asking that over and over again until I can't ask it anymore. So on this one, I would say, put the word if only. And then if only I had more time, I would do this. If only the kids were graduate, if only, and if only, and if only, and if only, and just keep whatever comes down from if only. Whatever downloads to you from if only. And then take that list and be like, okay, Now, if only I was 21 and 6'2" and chiseled, okay, that's going to be a little hard for me to manifest in 2019. Maybe 2020, but not 2019. But if only I had more time, I would read more books. Might show up on my list. I'd be like, I could make more time. I could read more books. Oh my gosh, that could be a goal. That could be part of my vision board. That could be part of what I want to create in my life. So take a list, write down if only, and see all the things that come up, and then go through and pick 2 or 3 things that you say, you know what, in the next month, the next 2 months, I could establish that. I could create that. I could make that happen. Or at least I could become more aware of it. And then number 4, I had sit down and disconnect. Unplug from everything and everybody. Please get my butt out of early and go to the gym. I got to talk to you about that goal because we don't want to reinforce the negative. What if you, instead of changing the condition of getting your butt out of bed, you changed the consciousness of saying, I'm a healthy person. Healthy people do the following things. Because I'm a healthy person, I'm going to be doing this. All right? So anyhow, on that. But anyhow, unplug. We're looking at everybody's big goals, big visions, big words. Like, we're sitting so connected to social media. I'm watching people spend an hour scrolling through Facebook and Pinterest and all of that. And they're comparing what they want to accomplish in 2019 to everybody else and already feeling defeated and small or what. Unplug it. Just because they posted on Facebook doesn't mean they went to the gym. Just because they said they were going to do it doesn't mean they're doing it. Do not buy into the social media lie that other people put out there so they look good and then think you have to look bad because you're not measuring up. Unplug, disconnect. Don't care what other people are doing. It is not your life and it is not their life. Social media is not reality, contrary to what many people think. Social media is not real all the time. So just unplug, disconnect. This is your 2019. This is your path. This is your vision. This is your growth. This is about you. And whether somebody got a new weightlifting machine or a speed bike or has decided to book a trip to Italy, who cares? You don't know the rest of the story that didn't happen during that 2-minute video clip, all right? So unplug for a day. Connect to you. Stop looking at other people and look at what you want. And then finally I have just breathe. And I had written down when I was thinking about it, just breathe. Just breathe. Well, okay. My social media is real, Greg, but there are some people on Twitter. Never mind, not going there. Can't get political. We would see Greg in Italy. Just breathe. Just breathe. And what I mean by that is so often if we take time to really breathe, and I don't mean like oxygenate our blood cells, but to really just breathe, the universe will come to us. The divine will reveal himself. Who you are and what you are to become, whether it's next week, next month, or the next 5 years, will be shown to you. And you'll be like, you know what? That's who I am. That's where I belong. That's what I should be wearing. I'm going there. But so often, we feel we've got to hit the deadline, make the goal, get the vision board up on Facebook and Pinterest and Instagram and LinkedIn, and we've got to get all of this stuff done because if we don't, we're somehow going to fail. How can you fail at becoming you? You can't. So stop worrying about it. Stop fighting it. Stop battling against you, because you will always emerge as you, and the you that you were divinely and awesomely created to be will always burst forth. Yes. Trust me, I have fewer and fewer friends on Facebook for no other reason than I stop replying and getting caught up. But you will always emerge. I sort of When I doubt myself, when I begin to really fear everything that I'm saying, like this is belief, this is knowing. Belief is like I can understand that, but knowing is I can feel that. When I stop knowing what I believe, I look outside my window. I think, really, do you think the tree is like sweating about its New Year's goal? Probably not. Do you think that that bird is really freaking out that it doesn't have its word for the year? Probably not. Do you think the stars in the heaven woke up this morning and said, we got to get our vision board done and we're not going to get to be stars anymore? No, I don't think so. I think they all understand at a much higher level than sometimes I can that this is all divinely and godly created, and that if we take enough time to separate from all of the human and ego and the fears and the doubts and step into that breath, step into that moment, and just be present, the next best step will reveal itself. The next thing will be shown to us. And that's kind of sometimes how I have to live my life. As my good friend Allison, I saw her just popped in. Allison, your book's down here. We were talking about it. As my good friend Allison says, sometimes you just need to take action, perfect or imperfect. And then the next and the next and the next thing will be revealed to you. All right, so if you're feeling like you don't have your vision board, your goal set, your big word, and all of that, don't worry. You can still come back to Success Life Live. You can still hang out with us. You can still be whoever you want to be, and nobody's going to shame you in this group. All right? Yeah, I know. Look at all this reading. I'm going to have to calculate the number of pages. And there's 2 more on my desk I couldn't reach. Good morning, Ed. Good to have you as well, a former Fun Friend Friday guest. So I hope this helps you just sort of breathe into and relax. Because what we're building here, what we're creating, what my goal is for you to live a life of success, to be present in the moment, to be fully engaged with what you're called to be in that moment. And if you're worrying about the future and stressing about your vision boards and your goals and your magic words and all of that, you're missing so much that's like right here under your feet. All right, so I'm going to encourage you guys. Slow down. Connect to you. Connect to your God. Connect to your divine. Connect to your voice. Connect to your spirit. Let that guide you. Not somebody else's Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook post. All right? All right, we got this? Thumbs up. We got this? Do we got this, folks? Good morning, Miss Melanie. I got to tell you, Greg, I think he's still in the room. He has been working all kinds of memes and magic gifts or whatever. He's such a talented guy. Y'all get to see a whole new image because Greg's I've just appointed him to being my vice president of image and graphics. He's really talented. Really talented. I'm so lucky. Good morning, Jensen. Thank you, Steve. Oh, there's Greg. See, we're talking about you and you're in the room. That means it's good because, anyhow. No, I love it. It encouraged me. But so if you want to get a list of who's coming up on Success Life Live as either an author talk or Fun Friend Friday, head over to ericgreed.com/successlifelive. And you can see the list and download the list and find the links to the authors and things like that. Greg is working on some fun artwork to keep dazzling it and making it look better, so you'll have to check back often. If you didn't sign up for the newsletter, do that because last week's newsletter went out on Tuesday. If you sign up today, you'll get the resend on Friday, but that was about finding and creating a word and understanding it. Greg is so talented. He is. He's like a little light under a bushel. We're going to have to expose him to the world. But I am really excited about Fun Friend Friday tomorrow with Scott. So make sure you jump in and join me for that. What I do love about my dear friend Scott is his openness and his candor about his faith and about his struggles and about really how hard some days it is to be a dad of 4 and work in a corporate environment and keep that vice president, that all of that team going. And that, as he says, I serve 2 teams under one leadership. I serve my office team, my corporate team, I serve my family team, but yet I have one leader, and that's his God. And so I love how he's going to bring those 2 lessons together. And then after him, we have Thomas, and then Gloria Burgess, and Bob Kittredge, and Randy Wheeler, and Marie Cochran, and Gina Watts. And I'm working on Les Brown. So if you know Les Brown, you need to send him a message and tell him and his team that he's got to be a Fun Friend Friday guest. I know, I told him that. And then we've got Sebastian Richards as an author talk, Dr. Tanya Lowe, Michael LeBlanc coming up, Barbara Gustafson, Cheryl Burton. So yeah, it's going to be a busy January and February. But don't worry, if I can help you in any way as a coach, line up, connect. I know, isn't it amazing, Allison? I mean, Gloria Burgess. I'm a fan of Gloria. It's an amazing group of people, and I am blessed to have them in my life. I look to them for mentorship. I look to them for leadership. I look to them for inspiration, and that's why I want to bring them to you, and so that you can connect with these awesome people, and they can pour into your lives and help you grow. Chip Baker, well, then send him a link or connect us, Melanie. Lord, girl, I'm like a duck on water. I'm swimming as fast as I can. And maybe we'll have to do a Fun Friend Friday and a Talk to You on Tuesday thing if we get too many guests. I don't want to wait until the end of the year to share them with you. But anyhow, if I can help you as a coach or as a speaker, connect to me. Putting together the January, February, March calendar. Love to see you in it somehow, whether as a coaching client or asking me as a speaker to appear at your event or venue or club or whatever it is. I'm sure we can find something in common. But until then, you guys, great. Thank you, Steve. Steve, my encourager from the West Coast, who gets up at 5 a.m. for this stuff. Whew! As my friend Les Brown said yesterday, settle down now, settle down. So yesterday, Les was teaching and I was stealing, and I told him to his face, I said, Les, half of these lessons I'm stealing because you don't have time to talk about them. And he said that was okay. So got one that probably going to come up on Monday. I will. Just send me a pencil date and I'll put it in. Anyhow, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for joining me for today's Success Life Live. Go out and live your life of success. It is there. It is waiting for you. Just step into it. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a good day.